The Legend of Zelda series is one of the most exalted series in all of video gaming. Each title is unique and brings a vast amount of content to the Zelda Universe and the video game industry in terms of lore, revolutions in gameplay, storytelling, and most importantly, enjoyment and the memories that are shared by gamers everywhere. Since the series' beginning in 1986, The Legend of Zelda has amassed one of the most dedicated and largest fan base, not only in gaming, but in overall fandom. A large contributor to that is the rich legend and lore that the Zelda series has put together over the years. Each game contains its own large-scale narrative that entraps us, but it's each one of these stories and the lore they provide that weave together the Legend of Zelda. Naturally, there are various aspects within these legends that captivate and sometimes confuse gamers with their mystery. In collaboration with the good people at Zelda Universe and HMK, we bring you a series dedicated to delivering the facts, theories, possibilities, and more when it comes to the most interesting, confusing, and thought-provoking elements of the Legend of Zelda series. Welcome to Zelda 101, and in our first episode, we bring you the Fierce Deity. The Fierce Deity is a supposed godlike entity that appears in The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask as the game's final mask that you can acquire, as well as Link's ultimate transforming mask. The way of obtaining the mask is by playing with the 4 children of the moon before your final encounter with Majora. These mysterious moon children each wear the masks of the fallen bosses you defeat in the game: Aldua, Goat, Georg, and Twinmold. You must give all your masks to these children, save for your 3 main transforming masks: the Deku, the Goron, and the Zora masks. Once each of these children are satisfied and all of your masks are gone, you must face the child with the Majora's Mask. If you accept his invitation to play with him, he will notice that you have no more masks and offers to play good guys versus bad guys. He then gives you the Fierce Deity's mask, with its description saying that its dark powers may be as bad as Majora, and that tremendous power lies within. When wearing the Fierce Deity's mask, Link transforms into a tall, fearsome adult version of himself, adorned with a silver battle armor over a whitish tunic. The Fierce Deity Link wields a large double helix 2-handed blade, commonly referred to as the Fierce Deity Blade, or the Double Helix Blade. The Fierce Deity has the power to project powerful sword beams from the blade when targeting enemies at the cost of magic, increasing his already crazy damage output. As his name suggests, the Fierce Deity is an exceedingly powerful being, able to soundly defeat bosses in mere seconds. However, the Fierce Deity's mask can only be used in boss rooms, and in the 3DS remake of Majora's Mask, it can also be used in fishing ponds. When used in the final battle against Majora, the Fierce Deity Link shows there is truly no competition between the two. After the game's end, if the player decides to continue their adventure, they will have all of their masks restored to their inventory, along with the Fierce Deity's mask. Since his appearance in Majora's Mask, the Fierce Deity has become a hugely popular icon in the Zelda community, often being referred to as Oni Link and regarded as Link's ultimate form, and for good reason. Fierce Deity Link has since appeared in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS as an alternate skin for Link, and in Hyrule Warriors as a hidden skin for Link, and also acts as young Link's focus spirit transformation. The Fierce Deity's mask and the Fierce Deity himself has largely remained a mystery due to the lack of hard information and lore from Nintendo. Due to his power, iconic presence, and status of being the final mask, players from across the globe have often tried to crack the code and uncover the mystery of this ferocious god. As such, there has been many theories and speculation regarding the Fierce Deity, his origins, his connection to Link, Termina, and Majora. When it comes to the actual information surrounding the Fierce Deity, we do have some info on the enigma, although it's very scarce and very cryptic. The first comes from a gossip stone from within the game, which states the Fierce Deity mask, a mask that contains the merits of all masks, seems to be somewhere in this world. The next piece of information came quite recently from the director of Majora's Mask, Eiji Aonuma. When interviewed about the supposed soul that resides within the Fierce Deity's mask, Aonuma explains, "The best I can give you is just a suggestion. The best way to think about it is that the memories of all the people of Termina are inside the Fierce Deity mask." What else is known about the entity is that Majora seems to consider the Fierce Deity a bad guy, and even though the Fierce Deity's mask isn't necessary for the game's completion, Link's transformation into the Fierce Deity is recognized as canon by Hyrule Historia in the Legend of Zelda timeline. Though this slice of information may not be entirely canon, in the Majora's Mask 3D strategy guide, it states that the Fierce Deity's mask is the mask to rule them all, and that Link transforms into a towering yet youthful warrior of the gods when wearing the mask. The Fierce Deity has been the subject for debate and speculation due to its own design and name. In Japanese, the Fierce Deity is referred to as Kishin, otherwise known as a ferocious god in the Shingon Buddhist belief. These fierce deities are wrathful, negative, and destructive to those who wish to use their forces to inhibit the enlightenment of humanity. However, they are peaceful and benevolent to humanity. They are known to be gods to use their might to defeat evil. This can be something that directly correlates with the fierce deity, as Majora is a force that seeks to bring about the end of Termina and all of its inhabitants, while the fierce deity, who can be described as an offshoot of Link due to their eventual unification, works to smite Majora and save the people of Termina. This thought can be supported directly by the little information we have on the deity. The Fierce Deity's mask supposedly contains all the memories of all the people who reside in Termina. In extension, this can be seen as the mask also containing all of their hopes, dreams, nightmares, and doubts. With this in mind, it could be said that the Fierce Deity, as a Kishin, embodies all of the people's memories to strive and give them a chance to live, to go on and live out what they feel in their memories and thoughts. Coupled with the statement that the mask also holds the merit of all masks, this could mean that the Fierce Deity contains the merits and memories of the departed, and all of their pain and suffering. Since many attainable masks that hold power are said to contain the souls of those who have died, this can point to the Fierce Deity holding the grief of the people who once lived in Termina but now have left this world onto the next life. These 2 points can act as a duality to the mask and its connection to being a Kishin. The memories of the people contained in the mask can be the embodiment of the Kishin's positivity and benevolence due to the connection the Fierce Deity has with the living and the hopeful. And the merits of the masks contained in the mask can be the embodiment of the Kishin's negative and wrathful nature because of the connection the god has with the departed and their suffering. The Fierce Deity's benevolence towards humanity can be empowered by the memories of the living to keep them living, and their malice can be empowered by the departed and their suffering to make sure no one will share their fate. Of course, this is all speculation to the being of the Fierce Deity and its supposed connection to Termina and its people. One question that still remains is that why the child who wore the Majora's Mask had its foe in its possession, and why lead the path to its destruction by giving the Fierce Deity's mask to Link? One question leads to a fact, or it can lead to a theory. Regardless, knowledge is power, wisdom, and courage. You'll see. That's all for today's episode, but please be sure to support the series by subscribing to HMK and Zelda Universe. Stay up to date with the series by checking out these links and by visiting Zelda Universe. Next time, we talk about the Hero Shade. If you want to submit any subjects to be covered by Zelda 101, please submit them to Zelda Universe. See you all next time.